Okay, good morning and happy Easter. Got my nephew Grant. This is Grant, if anybody doesn't know. Well, he just set up the camera. It's my youngest sister's son, oldest son. She has 3. This video, I just would like to say thank you to Pequea, a skibo company. Ryan Skibo from Pequea Equipment, and I met them out at the York Farm Show in York, Pennsylvania, and I know there was a lot of people that recognized me there. That I didn't seem to have time to talk to everybody. They walked up to me, and I was talking to other manufacturers, and you kind of gotta, if you're in the business that I'm in, and they're interested in me, or they're, anyways, whatever. It is what it is, and I apologize for that. But Pequea said to me, "Hey, Wesley, we'd like to send you some equipment to torture test for us." Well, I wouldn't call it torture test, but I farmed last year. I made over 5,000 acres of hay. And they saw that, and they're interested in seeing how their equipment would hold up to the tortures of 5,000 acres of hay, mulch hay, first cutting and second cutting hay. So I said, sure, I'll definitely do that. I'll test it, and if something breaks, I will call you up personally, and we will. Oh, there goes my mom walking over to my dad. Personally work it out, figure it out, make it right on the machines, and that will allow them to produce a better quality product. Because in one season of me making hay, with this type of equipment, is more than a lifetime of making hay for a lot of farmers, small farms, which is what their target audience for the hay rake is. The tedder is built like a tank, and the fertilizer lime spreader that came in later because I'm going to be spreading lime, and I needed a new lime spreader, and I knew that they had produced a really cool lime spreader, so I just sent them an email, and Ryan said, sure, we'll send you one. So Ryan will be here this coming week, Ryan Skibo that is, and we're going to go over this equipment real quick and see where we go. Oh my goodness, Tim, what is that? But anyway, yeah, this equipment, I'm just going to do a quick review here, and you'll see much more of it to come. Watching this video now for a while, but I figured I'd do a review of them and of what I see here. And we'll start with the lime spreader. Pequea offers 2 lime spreaders, the SL6 and the 12 that I know of, that I've seen on their website. I've seen this one in person at a dealership. We won't mention that name because it wasn't Messicks. And I would like to talk about some of its features. Feature 1 is everything's hydraulically driven. This hydraulic motor drives the drag chain, or the bed chain. We call them drags. And the spinners are also hydraulically driven. And they are just really, they're really tough. Oh, they do run together. Yeah, they're linked up together. Even though they're hydraulic motors, you can see them in the bottom. Now, somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Anyways, the owner of this company, Pequea, has a skibo company, Ryan Skibo from Pequea. He's going to come out here next week, and they're going to bring the service manager out to go over the pieces of equipment with me, which is, just the respectable thing to do. They're going to tell me what I can and cannot do with them, I believe. I think I can do anything I want with them as far as spreading lime and maybe other materials if I can get my hands on it, like mushroom soil if I can. But anyways, these are basically hydrostatically driven spreaders. Here's the pump, and here's the reservoir, and here's your control. It runs the apron or drag chain, and here is the spinners. Now, how do you set those up? Well, it's pretty simple. It's for the SL6 lime and fertilizer rate charts. So I can do fertilizer with this spreader. You hear that, Tim?
Yeah.
So we'll possibly be running 2 spreaders here pretty soon. We'll put it on that 75-30, and we'll put Cody to spread in 2. That's what we're going to do. So anyways, you got the density of your material, which I'm running potash, and I want to have, it's somewhere between 70 and 75 pounds if I remember correctly. So we'll put it at that 121 pound rate, which gives us a speed. The gate height is 1, and that'd be 113. We're going to be here, so we're going to have to put that gate at somewhere between 1 1/4 would probably do what I need to do. And the speed chart
only goes to a ½ inch.
Spreader constant pulse cubic feet. That's running a Raven's control. Why is this thing not telling me what I need to know? It doesn't even matter because I have the instructions in there, and this is a 40-foot spread pattern versus the 50-foot spread pattern that I have over there. So 40 feet. You're 50 feet. You got it set up for 50 feet, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, this is only 40. The instructions will be in there. Things that I love about this thing, just looking at it, is the heft of the frame. Any one of these spreaders that I've ever used, the frames, you know, the buggy, the carted part of it, the cart part of it, always wears out. Not wears out, it just breaks apart. And this company actually has them as separate units. You can unbolt this. If you trash out the buggy part of this thing, you just unbolt that, take it off, back another one under it, bolt it back up, and you're going. And I can't imagine it would take any more than a couple hours to do it, if that. It's so simple.
Or you can put it on the back of a truck.
Or you could slide it on the back of a pickup truck, I'm pretty sure. You could do that. Run that with an engine. The spinners, heavy. I mean, we're looking at 6 blades. They're big. They're not made of that cheap tin like most of them are made. They run on heavy hubs. And I'm going to go ahead and climb on up here and show you that the drag chain runs on a poly set of boards. Now, the nice thing about this thing also is it has pockets. So I'm going to be building a thing called, well, it's a grizzly bar is what I'm going to call it, like they use on Gold Rush, to knock stones off of the out of the plant, the gold plant, and it's just going to raise up and dump off any clumps, because the type of lime that I'm going to be using comes out of a quarry, and I've been told that there's lumps in it, big fat heavy lumps. So I'm just going to build that.
This thing would chew it up.
It won't. Trust me, I know. So the next thing is the hay rake. Now, I did a review on one of these hay rakes before, and the thing, I was going to buy one of these. Flat out purchase it because the way it's built. Here in this area, it's much heavier than what the H&S is. Very heavy here. Built very, very well. It's really just, to me, it's a no-brainer to buy one of these. It can be adjusted, the different widths that you want to use, right here. You can adjust it. Boom, boom, boom. There's actually 6 different settings you can use on that to widen it out. I believe this one is possibly at its widest setting. I don't know. I'll find out when I go ahead and put it down. It has an electronic valve here, as Timothy is learning. So if I want to drop one side, I can. Drop the other side, I can. Or, you know, vice versa. Or I could even probably disconnect it and use them as independent. I don't know. I'd have to figure that out when I read the instruction manual. The nice thing is, in order to, you know, to change the pitch of the width of the hay or windrow is real simple. It's just this little turnbuckle here.
So it's a great big long arm.
Yeah, and the arm bends here. So if the hay's not quite coming out the back, you come back, you give it a couple of turns on each one, and voila, you have it. You have narrowed it up or widened it out, one or the other. The other thing I really like about this rake is right here. The H&S rake uses a twin arm, twin wheel on one arm gizmo. I don't like that. I didn't like it before. I broke them off, re-welded them. Now I've replaced them, so those 2 rakes that are down there, they're like new, brand new. They are for sale, by the way. If you're willing to come out and get one, just give me a call. But yeah, these are really built quite well. I love the way they're built. I really do. Yeah, there is some electronics that goes with it right here, and it's magnetic, so you could just, you know, stick it in the cab or somewhere in the cab. This one here, you can engage and disengage it. So you turn it on or off. This turns, so when you're raising and lowering, you just turn these on. Left beam is on, right beam is on, and yeah, when you work your hydraulics, they both come up, or you disengage one and you only rake with one. These are a lot longer than what the other rakes were. I mean, if I pull one of those rakes up here and put it next to this one is at least one wheel longer, even though it's the same length or same size rake. So, well, same size, same number of wheels rakes. I can tell that this thing is a lot longer, and that just makes it easier to rake with, because it'll be a more gradual lift instead of plowing the hay. It's actually going to picking up and raking the hay, picking it up and rolling it along instead of plowing into it. So, then we come up to this thing, which is a beast. This is a beast of a tedder. Now, as most of you know, I am not in the good hay business. I'm not. But Pequea wanted me to try this rake out, which I'm okay with. Raking hay, or tedding hay, for me, is an expensive, time-consuming ordeal. You got to dedicate a tractor to it, because I had a 3-point mounted one, another person, and I was always breaking the tedder, correct?
Yes.
My old tedder is a Coon. It sits up there someplace, and it was a 4-star tedder, which means there's a lot more stress on each one of these tines. This is a 7-tine tedder.
Yeah.
So instead of 4, they've almost doubled it. They've got 7 tines on there, and it is a pull type. I love the way the power takeoff shaft goes through the frame too, by the way. I think that's great. You don't have to worry about wrapping hay and things like that if you ever get into a windrow that is you're tearing apart raked hay that got rained on. You're not going to get it wrapped up there. But the nice thing is, these wheels are on the ground that support the rest of the tedder. They stay on the ground, and when you drop this whole tedder unit down, those actually unlock and swivel. There is a lock here. You see that, and you can unlock it, and then it'll swivel, and part of the weight is carried on those wheels, and part of the weight is carried on the regular tedder wheels, which is, I think it's an exclusive feature of Pequea. There is an electronic thing here. I think there is. Where is that? Is it electronic? Or no, there's no electronics on this one, just on the rake and the spreader. Spreader has something too. I got to take a look at that one. So this is the TT6101 tedder. This is the mid-cap rake. This rake I know sells for somewhere around $8,000, between $7,000 and $8,000, depending on who you're buying it from. I was going to purchase one of these. Actually, I was going to purchase 2 of them. It's just that I didn't. I was approached by Pequea, and therefore I am now demonstrating them and advertising for them. And let me tell you, they would not have given me this rake to use if they didn't think it would hold up to what I'm going to throw at it. Because I talked to the owner of the company, and he says, listen, he says, use it like you stole it, but if something major fails, please call me before you put it on YouTube, because if it's something that we can fix, we'll fix it, and we'll make it so all of them are fixed. So that's just a good thing right there. And this guy here, I think this just turns on.
I think it just turns on and off the hydraulics.
The hydraulics. That's it. So you just flip that on and off. So when you come, instead of turning on and off the PTO shaft, you just turn off the switch, and that shuts down the spinners and the. That shuts down the spinners and the drag chain. Says that I can use it for fertilizer, so we're probably going to be doing that. Anyway, that's it for now. You're going to see more of this stuff all summer long. Thanks for watching.